Hello everyone, it's Lorica here. I'm doing a tag today. It is called Get to Know My Taste tag. And it was originally created by Sam from at Thoughts on Tomes and Mari from My Name is Marinez. And I was tagged by Daniela from Beyond Books. I will link all of this below for you. So, this tag is about get to know my taste. So let's have a look and see at the question, shall we? And then we can take it from there. So there's quite a few, so I will just go through them one by one and see how I answer. So the first one is, how do you rate books? Give a quick rundown of how you do your star ratings. Now, I don't do stars. I don't like giving stars. I don't mind looking at stars. I always look at how other people give stars and then I decide from there if I'm going to read a book or not. But I myself don't like giving stars. I just can't bear if a book isn't, if I don't want to give 5 stars, then I can't bear giving stars. So then I just decided I'm not going to give stars because I can't bear giving a book 1 star, 2 star when I know the author really put their blood, sweat and tears in this book and then I don't like it. I can't bear doing it. But I have no problem looking at other people doing it. So it's maybe a bit selfish of me. And then how do you approach reviewing books? That's question number 2. What's your review style? Analytical, emotional, casual, or structured? I would say purely emotional. I sometimes when I read a book, I will go into it with some sort of comparison or an idea in my mind, but most of the time I just review on emotional, my reaction to it, how I feel. I don't go so much into the whole structure of the book and analyzing too much. I might pick up on things, but that's not the main reason or how I review a book. Question 3. What's the book that made you a reader? Whether it was your first favorite or the one that got you hooked. What book started it all? I don't have a book like that. I started reading when I was very young, way before I went to school. Long story, I'm not going to go into it, but I've always read since I was a little kid. So yeah, there isn't one book for me. Yeah, words have just always been a part of me. And I just remember going to the library with my mom as a little young kid and going and taking out books, and the librarian calling my mum over and said, these books are just too advanced for her. She's too young to read them. And my mum was like, no, she can read them. She can read them. It's just like, so yeah, I've always just read. Question 4. Do you have a genre niche? Are there certain genres you gravitate toward? Or do you read widely across genres? I'd say I read widely. I read all genres. I have all genres because I just enjoy reading. And as I've been reading for 5 decades, if I stuck to one genre, I would be completely tired with reading, right? So no, I read everything. Number 5, do you generally prefer character-driven or plot-driven stories? I think I like the character-driven stories. Yeah. I like books that I can get to know the characters. I want to know who they are and what they're thinking and feeling and the plot. I like the plot too because I do like crime novels, but even the crime novels I like are more about the characters, so not, that's the focus that I like. So I would say character driven. But I do like plot too, but characters, if I would gravitate to that more. Um, what's a book you love so much that you don't care if others don't like it? What's that one book you love enough for everyone? If you have been any amount of time on my channel, you will know Susan Fletcher's Highland Witch slash Korag slash Witchlight. That is the same book with 3 different titles. That book, yeah, it's my Bible. I love it enough for the whole world and then some. So yeah. Then 7. What book? Oh no, we've just done that one. Number 8. What is your trash pocket? What books, tropes, or themes that you know are bad, but you love them anyway? Oh my God. I would say, I would say, I would say it's not really necessarily a book, but it's fan fiction. I love fan fiction. Although I haven't read it in a while, I just love fan fiction. That's just what I like. So yeah, I that's my trash pocket. I will enjoy a good fan fiction. Do you have any deal breakers in books? Something that, if present, immediately turns you off from a book? I think something that would turn me off, not much does. I think maybe needless violence, like blood and gore, that just not doesn't fit really, just because it's just blood and gore because it's blood and gore. Does that make sense? I don't mind reading it, but there must be a reason for having it in the book. I don't just randomly throw it in there. Then I'm not that excited to read it, and I will probably stop reading. But I have no problem with reading it, but it must lead to something, right? What's question 10? What's a strong opinion you have about a book released within the last year, whether it's overrated, underrated, or just a take you need to share? I don't read many new release books, so I really don't have an answer on that. I like to read the books that have been out for a while, so I can't answer that. What do you look for in writing? Question 11. What makes a book stand out to you? Is it prose, style, themes, voice, structure, or something else? For me, what stands out, what I love about a book, would be the setting, where it takes place. It doesn't have to be in a specific place, but the way the author describes the place, sets it up. I love that. That really draws me in. And I also like writing that's very, I like the style. If I can find the voice of the author in a book, then I'm off. It doesn't have to be long, floaty sentences or sharp, short sentences. It doesn't matter. I just want to find that author's voice. And when I read it, I want to hear the author in my head, like as if they're talking. That's what I like when I look at any book. I just like to get the voice of the author in there. Yeah. And I like descriptions. I love to read something that makes me feel like I can see it in my mind's eye exactly where we are. Question 12. How do you decide what to read next? Do you plan ahead, mood read, or follow external factors? So I have 2 ways on what I decide to read. Number 1 is I take part at the moment in Candy from the Great Literary Rabbit Hole. I take part in her this year's reading challenge. So I read a book there every month based on a prompt. And of course, that will guide what I read. And then also, I have this literature self-study that I'm doing and a plan of reading, so that will guide me as to what books I will be reading. And then the rest of the time is mood reading. I like that word, mood reading. I call it impulse reading, but I love that more, mood reading. So yeah, most of it's like that. If I see a book on my bookshelf that I want to read, I pull it down and I read it. So yeah, that's my favorite type of reading. Where do you get inspiration for your booktube content? What sparks your video ideas? Other creators, trends, personal reading experiences? I'd say all of them. All of those things I get inspiration from. Yeah, yeah. If you could make any book go viral right now, what would it be? A book you think deserves more attention and why? Ah, of course, Susan Fletcher's The Highland Witch. No other book. That's the book. Well, I would say the reason is that the way she writes, the way she puts us in the scene of the space, and the way that she writes about it, the way the book makes me feel about life and about the kindness of others, of this witch that is locked away, and she's still a really very special person. So that book, if that book can go viral, and then can I say this? Am I allowed to say this? My own book, A Kind Life. Your healing journey. Of course, who wouldn't want their book to go viral? So yeah, my book. Anyway, and then question 15: who are some booktubers with reading tastes similar to yours? I would say Candy from the Great Literary Rabbit Hole. I'll link her below. And Julie from Bookish Travels. Yeah, I think they have very much similar reading styles than what I have. I'm fairly new, so I don't know that many booktubers yet. And then I will tag a few people down below in the comments or in the description box. So yeah, if you want to do this, give it a go. And if I tag you and you don't want to do it, don't feel bad. Thank you, Daniela, for tagging me for this. I really enjoyed this tag, and I wish you all a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. Bye.